I knew something was wrong the moment her phone buzzed. Not once, not twice, but 4 times in a row, while she showered, and every notification lit up with the same name. Jay. Not Julia, her friend from work. Not Jenny, her cousin. Just Jay, plain, initialed, clean as a lie carefully folded. At first, I didn't open the messages. I just sat there on the edge of our bed, staring at the phone on her nightstand, the steam from the bathroom curling under the door. I felt the kind of tension that tightens in your chest like a slowly closing fist. Something inside me whispered, "Tonight, you will learn the truth." Tuesday nights were her sacred ritual. For the past 9 months, my wife Laura had been going to yoga every Tuesday night. Every Tuesday without fail. Every Tuesday for 2 hours, sometimes 3. Hot yoga, she'd said. Tough instructor, she'd added. Women only, she'd insisted. And I had believed her, because that's what husbands do when they love someone. They believe the story they're given, even when the details don't quite fit. But lately she'd come home glowing. Not normal post-workout glowing, radiating like someone who just stepped out of a warm memory. She'd hum to herself as she put her clothes away. She'd smile at nothing. And sometimes, only sometimes, she'd kiss me goodnight with a tenderness that felt like guilt trying to disguise itself as love. The message that broke the illusion. That night while she showered, I finally picked up her phone. My hands shook. Not because I wanted to catch her, but because I prayed I wouldn't. The preview on the lock screen read, "Jay, can't wait to see you tonight. Same room. Same time." My stomach dropped so hard I swore I felt the floor tilt. I didn't open the phone. I didn't need to. The message itself was a blade sharp enough. When she came out wrapped in a towel, she saw something in my face. Some unsettled expression I hadn't managed to hide. "You okay?" she asked. "Yeah," I lied. She kissed my cheek. "I'll be back by 9, okay?" Her lips were warm. My skin went cold. The decision. By 7:20 p.m., she'd left the house wearing her navy yoga pants, a loose tank top, and her hair tied in a messy bun. She looked beautiful. Beautiful in a way that made betrayal hurt even before it was confirmed. I waited 5 minutes, grabbed my jacket and followed her. Not closely. Not like a movie. Just enough to see which direction she turned. Enough to know whether she was really going to the Lotus studio where she claimed she practiced yoga. But she didn't go there. She drove 10 minutes past it. Then 15. Then 20. By the time she parked, I was sweating through my shirt. She stopped outside a building that had nothing to do with yoga. No mats, no soft lighting, no incense. Just a brick office complex with dark windows and a number stenciled above a side door. Suite 204. She walked in like she'd been there 1,000 times. I sat in my car, gripping the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white. I could have gone home and pretended I'd seen nothing. I could have convinced myself it was something innocent. But love makes you fragile, and fear makes you brave in the most painful ways. Got out. Suite 204. The hallway smelled like cleaning chemicals and stale air. My footsteps echoed. Suite 204 had a small frosted glass panel on the door. No name, no logo. Voices murmured inside. Laughter, hers, light, soft, familiar. My chest tightened like a fist around my lungs. I knocked. The voices stopped. The door cracked open and she appeared. My wife. Her smile vanished the moment she saw me. "Daniel," she whispered, face draining of color. "What are you?" "I followed you," I said, because lies had no place there anymore. Her eyes widened with something between panic and resignation. "You shouldn't be here." "Are you going to invite me in?" I asked quietly. "Or tell me whose laugh that was?" She swallowed hard and stepped aside. Inside, the room was dimly lit. There were no yoga mats, no equipment, just a couch, a small table, and a man standing near the window. Broad-shouldered, confident. He wasn't shocked to see me. That was the worst part, he looked prepared. My voice was barely steady. "So this is your yoga class?" Laura covered her face with both hands. "Daniel, please. Say it," I demanded. Just say what this is. She dropped her hands, tears already forming. It's not what you think. The man Jay crossed his arms. Lara, he deserves the truth. I turned to him sharply. I wasn't talking to you. Truth one cut at a time. My wife took a step toward me, her lips trembling. It started months ago. I wasn't looking for anything, I swear. I was lonely. You were always working late. We barely talked anymore. I felt invisible, and then what? Snap. You found someone who made you feel visible. She recoiled as if I'd slapped her. Jay sighed. She's not the only one at fault. I glared at him. Don't you dare pretend you're noble. He fell silent. Lara wiped her cheeks. I didn't mean for it to happen. It was one conversation, then another, and then. Tuesday nights, I finished. Every Tuesday night. She nodded. I'm so sorry. The strange thing was, I believed she was sorry. But apologies don't erase months of betrayal. They only echo inside the empty spaces where trust used to live. A heartbreaking detail. Did you ever actually go to yoga? Yes. She shook her head slowly. No. How long? 9 months. My throat tightened so painfully I couldn't speak for a moment. 9 months. While I cooked dinner for her. While I waited for her to come home. While I kissed her, believing she had been sweating on a mat, not in someone else's arms. I finally whispered. Why didn't you tell me you were unhappy? I was scared you'd stop loving me, she whispered. I laughed, but it wasn't amused. You should have been scared I'd stay and never see the truth. The breaking point. Jay took a step toward her. I snapped. Don't touch her. Lara flinched hard. Daniel, please. Messed up. But I want to fix this. I'll stop seeing him. I'll end everything. I'll do anything. Anything except not doing it in the first place, I said. A sob. I never stopped loving you. I shook my head slowly. You didn't love me enough to be loyal. The room was silent except for her quiet crying. I walked toward the door. Daniel, don't leave. Please, she pleaded. Talk to me. Yell at me. Hate me. Just don't walk away. I turned back just once. You broke something we can't glue back together with sorry. The ending she didn't expect. She followed me outside into the cold night. Please, she begged, clutching my arm. We can go to therapy. I'll tell you everything. I'll earn your trust again. Just give me a chance. I looked into her eyes. Eyes I'd loved for 11 years, and saw the woman I married buried under the choices she made. I don't know who you are anymore, I whispered. Her face crumpled. I'm your wife, she said desperately. I gently pulled my arm from her grip. You were, I said. And then I got into my car. She stood there trembling, her breath fogging the air, her tears shining in the streetlight. I didn't drive away fast. I didn't slam the door. I didn't curse or scream. I just left. Quietly, painfully, because sometimes the softest goodbye is the one that destroys you the most. Final thought. That night, I learned that betrayal isn't loud. Doesn't explode. It doesn't roar. It whispers. It hides in small changes, secret messages Tuesday nights. It breaks you slowly, one truth at a time. And as I drove home to an empty house, I realized something I wish I'd never had to learn. Sometimes the person you trust with your whole heart is the one who teaches you what heartbreak truly means.